Well, now we've been talking about it here on the show for the last couple of weeks, but now it is officially here. Open enrollment for Medicare starts this Thursday.
Patrick Quigley with Q&A Group is here to make sure you are ready. Patrick, thank you so much for joining us again.
It's great to be here again.
Well, I know I learned so much last time you were on, but for our viewers who weren't tuning in last time, let's talk about Q&A Group and exactly what you provide.
I like talking about Q&A Group. We are what you would call independent Medicare advisors, and what that means to you, the listeners and seniors, is we don't work for any of the carriers, but we have access to them. So we conduct educational workshops all over southern Arizona, educating seniors about, first of all, the basics of Medicare, and then secondly, what their options are. Right now, seniors are just getting buried in advertisements on TV. Their mailboxes are getting buried, and none of the information in there really addresses any of their concerns or questions. And so what we try to do is a Medicare evaluation with seniors where we ask them 5 questions. We ask them about their prescriptions, their doctors. We ask about any special needs or conditions they may have that they're looking for in the plan. By the time we're done talking to them, we have a good idea of what choices are best suited for them. And the good news is there's a lot of choices. The bad news is there's a lot of choices. And so they need help picking out the right plan.
Now, when we're talking about what Q&A does, and if there's somebody out there that maybe provides something similar, what makes you different or makes you stand out?
Great question. Right where we end up enrolling them into the plan is where most advisors stop. Where we pick up is after enrolling them into a plan, we offer them our concierge advocacy services. And what that really means is being with them as an advocate during the year in case they run into any questions, problems, concerns, they get a bill, they don't know why they're getting the bill. We have dedicated staff that answer the calls when they call in. They help them out. We'll either explain what's going on or we'll fix the problem. And by the way, I was supposed to remind everyone that we do speak Spanish, so we have Spanish-speaking advisors, and if there are seniors out there who speak Spanish, we have that service available to them as well.
Absolutely. Well, and I think it's really important that you're really hitting that concierge service. Of course, we're getting all this mail, we're getting all this stuff in, but there's nobody there to ask questions to, and that's what you provide. So is there a fee for this service, Patrick?
There are absolutely no fees for this service whatsoever. If we do get compensated, it's because we enroll them into the plan of their choice, and that insurance carrier compensates us, not the senior. It doesn't impact their benefits, their costs, or anything else. And so, no, there are no costs.
So the services don't cost anything, and even going to these workshops that we're talking about, there's 2 of them coming up. That's also something that they need, can take advantage of. Of course, we want them to let you know they're coming so we have enough seating for everyone.
Right.
But these workshops are a great kind of one-stop shop to help a lot of people. Tell me a little bit about what we'll learn at these workshops.
Sure. The workshops, somebody asked me the other day how many workshops we've done, and I think in the last 10 years we've done over 500. At the workshops, we're going to explain to the seniors the basics of Medicare. All the years I've been doing this, we ask at every workshop seniors, what are the basics of Medicare, or how many parts to Medicare there are? And most of them don't know. There's 4 parts, by the way. A, B, C, and D.
That's a freebie.
Yeah.
That's right. So if you go to the workshop, I'm going to ask that question, and if you know it, we'll have a little surprise for you. But we help them understand the basics of Medicare because it's important. If they understand the basics of Medicare, they're going to understand why they choose the plans they choose. Okay, so that's number 1. Number 2, my goodness, there's a lot of changes going on this year with Medicare. Part B premium, which comes out of the senior Social Security check, most likely is increasing for a lot of people, potentially up to 52%. So that's big news. Secondly, we're going to talk about the plans that are leaving Pima County. I think I mentioned that last time we were here. SCAN is leaving Pima County. United Healthcare in Cochise County is leaving. The Humana Gold Plus plan is leaving. So all those seniors on that plan, on those plans, need to make a choice because December 31st, they're without a plan. And if they don't make a decision to do something else, they're going to be only on original Medicare. So if they come to the workshop, they're going to hear about that as well. They're going to learn about a new carrier coming to Pima County, Cigna. They're an old, well-established company. In fact, they're a 5-star rated plan. They're the first and only plan in the state of Arizona to have a 5-star plan. It's a big deal. It's like hitting the cycle in baseball. So we're excited to have them. We're going to talk about Cigna as an option for seniors. We're going to talk about the changes to the copays. Copays go up, they go down. We'll talk which ones are significant and things that might impact the type of plan they should be on. And then finally, we're going to talk about some carriers are changing their networks of doctors and hospitals. And if you're relying on a hospital or a doctor that might be in your plan today, it might not be in your plan next year. And so we're going to bring that up so they can make an educated decision.
Well, there's so, like you, I mean, what you're saying is, you know, at the very beginning when you're like, the good news is there's so many options. The bad news is there's so many options.
Right.
That really is, because that could affect so many different things. And the headline that I was really reading on a lot of different locations was that increase. So
Correct.
that one is really hitting home with a lot of people, and that's something that their wallets really can't handle. So we want to make sure that they're getting on something that their budget can handle, and everyone can, of course, you know, be happy with.
You would think that would be on the news, and I don't see it anywhere on the news. You have to get on the internet and search for it. The other thing I want to mention real quick is if those 2 times for the workshops, the 15th and the 21st, are not convenient for seniors, by all means, we're having other workshops. You can call our office at 584-0005 and see what other ones are scheduled. Or you can go to qnagroup.com and go to the homepage, click event calendar, and we'll have a list of the events there too.
You got ahead of me because that's exactly what I was going to ask you. I was going to say, what if we can't make any of these? Can we still get a hold of you? And of course, we want to remember that concierge service is also still available. Patrick, thank you so much for coming on. I know we've been hitting this hard, but it's for a good reason.
It is.
So Thursday's the big day. So
it is.
Thank you again. And like we were saying, you can attend one of 2 workshop days for more information. The first is this Thursday, October 15th, and the Radisson Suites on Speedway. And the second one is on the 21st, and that's at River Park Inn. Seating is limited, so make sure to call 584-0005 to reserve your seat. For more information about Q&A, you can visit qnagroup.com.